Boxer Sol Poenceby is one of our most exciting Olympic hopefuls, but he's yet to qualify for the Games. After going up a division to heavyweight and losing in the national finals, he's decided light heavyweight is the division that will get him to Athens, so he's dropped 7 kilos. Sol has taken time out of his Olympic training to visit his hometown of Christchurch and the street he grew up in with his mother after his US Navy father deserted them. The green grass of home is rich with memories for Sol of a happy childhood, a time before a series of personal tragedies tested him.
Yeah, it was about 1976 that my mum moved here. I was just 1 year old, and yeah, my best friend was he probably moved into his house in 1977. He was just across the road over here at number 11. Often from this window here, my mum would come out and yell at me and my brother for playing cricket in the street because, you know, the tennis ball would sometimes go into her lovely gardens that used to be there. So, you know, we were often having to juggle that conflict.
But that conflict was nothing compared to what Sol would have to deal with by the time he reached his teens.
Yeah, my sister died in 1990 when I was 14 years old. She fell in love with a guy, and one day he threw her through a glass window and he'd been beating her and she bled to death.
After the death of Sol's sister, Sol's life and lifestyle changed forever. An anonymous benefactor paid for Sol to go to the exclusive boarding school, St. Bede's.
My role here at St. Bede's is I was lucky enough to get sponsored by somebody. Somebody paid for my fees. I don't know who it was, but whoever you were, thanks. It was really hard for me when I first came here because I felt so alone and I was still grieving for my sister, and there was quite a few nights that, you know, I'd be just crying by myself, you know, crying by myself in bed, making sure that no one else would hear me. But I knew it was like a really good opportunity, and there was no way I wanted to blow it. So I wanted to make sure that that I passed my subjects in that, because, you know, someone had paid for me, and it was something that I'd never had. It was a chance that I'd never had before, and I didn't want to let that person down, so I really tried hard when I was here.
Not long after Sol finished his 7th form year at St. Bede's, he also lost his mother to cancer.
Yeah, we're coming up to Crichton Cobbers. It's where my boxing began.
Sometime in 1994, the young Sol Poenceby wandered into Crichton Cobbers, a 100-year-old complex with a boxing gym and a coach that would change his life.
I first met Paul Fitzsimons in 1994 at the Crichton Cobbers gymnasium. I went up there and because I seen a friend of mine and he said he was boxing up there, so I went up there and had a look, and Paul come across and talked to me. And
well, here's Sol coming in here, and I thought, oh, he's coming up the stairs, and he came up the top, and I saw him over here, and I was standing over there, and I thought, oh, I'll get him in the ring. He looks keen, he wanted to go. So I said, do you want to spar?
First sparring session was with this guy?
Yeah. He was mean, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I never told you though, did I?
No. Thought he'd be nice enough to give me a beginner's crack in the nose. Beginner's crack.
So I never thought I'd see you again, but you come back a couple of days later and jump back in the ring with him. And I thought, hello, I got one here, a good one.
No, I just wanted to get him back, eh?
You put him through this corner here.
Yeah.
You put him right through here. That was great, yeah. A few months later, wasn't it? It was a year later, a couple of years later.
No, it was about 6 weeks later.
6 weeks later, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Here among the ancient equipment and memoirs of bygone boxers, Paul Fitzsimons saw something special in Soul and started to train him, but he didn't get far before Soul suffered more personal tragedy.
I went to jail for manslaughter in 1994. Yes, situation that's been really, really hard for me to deal with. I was the unintentional cause of someone really close to me, Steph, and I was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 4 years in prison. For me, jail wasn't a positive place. It's not a positive place at all. I don't think much good can come out of jail at all.
During Soul's time in jail, it was Fitzy who visited and inspired him and became as close a family member as Soul had.
He's very much like a father figure to me, and through that hard time he came and visited me, and when I came up for parole, he said I could stay with him, so I got paroled to his house and lived with him for a while and trained under him.
Soul's been out of jail for 7 years now. He's a top athlete thanks to Fitzy and thanks to boxing.
I think it's put him on the right path in life, you know. He's just about out of his degree, and that's awesome. You know, he could have been on the other side, you know, on the other side of the track, you know, doing everything wrong. But he's on the right side of the track and going places, you know.
Soul is here to collect the pieces of his Christchurch life and take them back to Auckland. After 4 years in the North Island without photographs or mementos, Soul is ready to bring his past to his new home so that he can be complete in his quest for the future.
The past has made me who I am now, and the experiences I've experienced and managed to pull through and come out on the right side has made me Soul.
Soul Poenceby is about to live the biggest, most positive year of his life. 5 months out from Athens, he's about to fight for his place at the Oceania Games in Tonga. If he wins there, he will automatically qualify for the Olympics.
In the seats watching Soul fight at Athens, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be the highlight of my life. Yeah, yeah.